Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, we discuss my thoughts on Season 2, Episode 4 of DanMachi. And holy shnikes, man, this episode was all kinds of awesome sauce. It was gangbusters. The calculation, the strategy on display from Hestia Familia, Belle, Welf, Lily, Mikoto, Ryu, respectively, was just all kinds of awesome. I was mind blown by how they came in and they swept the floor with Apollo Familia, with Hyacinthos and everything like that. I did not expect that. I mean, I can pretty much ball up my earlier surmise via a couple previous episode discussion videos that this war game with Apollo Familia would probably be the season-long arc. I guess not. Because it's they wiped their hands with it. They're over and done with it via this episode. And they've even been able to claim Apollo Familia's stronghold, his big mansion and everything like that, which was just, I was gobsmacked. I couldn't believe it. Just the success that they had. And I'd even said I was a little disappointed that I felt they kind of rewound Belle back to zero with all the strength he had accumulated and how he'd built himself up in Season 1. None of that. Yeah, he still needed a little extra training and knowledge via eyes and everything like that. But he just, he handed Hyacinthos his balls, man. He handed him his ass right to his face, right in the chops. And it was so satisfying and so surprising all at the same time. And now in the aftermath of it, I'm sort of gobsmacked. Where are they going to go from here? I mean, to have this level of success this early, only 4 episodes in, even if it's like only 11 episodes for this second season, but 11 or 12, I have to imagine there's going to be something bigger and badder, potentially darker, threatening, something maybe to do with Freya and such like that, like coming down the pike after this, because holy hell, man. They completely knew how to just wipe the floor with Apollo Familia. Even to the point where, we had the little Luan character, and as soon as I saw that character, and you had the sort of soothsayer seer in Apollo Familia saying, don't let that one in, that's the Trojan horse and everything, immediately, because of the size of the character, I immediately, associated it with Lily Ruka. So I had already kind of called that. I was like, that's probably Lily Ruka in disguise. And that's how it, ended up playing out to be. And as soon as we see, this little Luan character going and opening the back gate or whatever, here comes Belle and Welf, and they're coming in, and we've already had Mikoto with the gravity magic, and Ryu with the swords, and just handing everybody their asses like I knew she would. It was just like I was goosebumps laden. I could see some people being like, well, for all of that buildup, this was kind of anticlimactic and how easy it was. But no, this is where Belle and his team, this is where they're supposed to be based on where we left them at the end of Season 1. If Belle wasn't this strong, if he didn't go in this confident, and even to one point, there was a lack of confidence because Hyacinthos, when he summoned that magic, it looked like maybe it was all for naught. Maybe Belle was actually going to be beaten. But like at that last second, you had the soothsayer coming in and trying to stop Belle from attacking Hyacinthos, and then Lily came in at the last second. I was gritting my teeth. It was right to the nth degree, right to the last drop of flavor. What was going to be happening? Who was going to win? Who was going to take the win? And so, I was so enamored with everything that happened. I was awash with just goosebumps and fanboying and ear-to-ear grinning and hooping and hollering, as I'm watching this episode. And I felt just so satisfied with the idea that, hey, this is Belle the way he was supposed to be by the end of Season 1. To not be able to hand Apollo Familia their asses, come in there and take them to town in this such a manner. I mean, I liked and I very much appreciated the added strategy and what the other members of now Hestia Familia brought to the table. Again, Mikoto, Ryo, and such like that, Welf, and Lily's little disguise, her Mission Impossible routine in disguise. Thankfully, no Tom Cruise jumping on couches and dancing around. But like, I appreciated that added layer to the whole thing, so that it wasn't just immediately like they just walked in and they trounced everybody. There was calculation involved. There was strategy involved. They went into this planning and thinking ahead, and they kind of used Apollo's confidence in himself and his people, that bravado, that assuredness, that cocksuredness against them, and just layeth the smacketh down on all of them. And so it was like, oh hell yes, 1,000 times, oh hell yes. I'm watching the episode, and as I watch an anime episode, I'm taking like screen caps of potential thumbnails, and I didn't know who to showcase. I was like, at first I'm like, okay, it's Ryu. Ryu's kicking so much ass. But then I'm like, oh, it's Mikoto. I gotta show her. Then I'm like, no, it's Welv. And then no, it's Lily, the reveal. And at the end of the day, I'm like, if I can't get all of them, because I don't want to spoil it outright if you haven't seen the episode or you don't know exactly, like I hate when people do that in anime reviewership circles on YouTube. They'll pick a thumbnail that's a spoiler, that you can make a sort of inference to what it's pointing to, what happened in a given episode. So I'm like, I'm not going to put all of them, because they're only all together after everything is said and done, and they've been successful, and they handed Apollo Familia their asses. So I'm like, but who am I going to showcase here? Who is the MVP? And I had to go with Bell, because he's the one in the episode that rose to where we left off with him and satisfied me the most. While I was excited and satisfied beyond reproach with everyone else's actions in Hestia Familia and what they brought to the table, wiping the floor with Apollo Familia, it was Bell. It was recognizing that, even that little extra bit of training that Bell needed, he didn't really need it, because, maybe some extra wisdom that helped him eventually defeat at the last second, at the 11th hour, Yakanthos, that Ice had imparted to him. But all the rest of it was where we left him by the end of season 1, when he called out that magic and he blew the floor up. Yakanthos didn't know what in the hell hit him. And just that end game, going toe-to-toe, standing toe-to-toe with Yakanthos in those final moments, and then just knocking his block off, man. I was like, yeah! So this episode was just, I loved every dripping minute of it. It's everything I could have wanted, completely flabbergasting me, shocking and surprising me also at the end of the whole thing, when everything's said and done, because what's going to happen now? I was actually pointedly looking at the OP, wondering if we would gain some insights as to how, preemptively thinking this was still going to be an episodes long thing, this war game. I was trying to glean some insights as to where the war game was potentially going to go over the next couple of episodes while I was still in that mindset. By the end of it, I've noticed characters that I thought were going to come into play regarding this war game, but I guess it's pointing to whatever that next big bad thing is. And I'm sure we see Freya, and I'm sure we see other potential gods or goddesses in the OP that I'm not sure if we've seen before, but it seems to hearken to something grander in scale, in scope, over that next horizon. And I'm like dead to rights curious, what's it going to be after this? I mean, the buildup of the first 3 episodes, and then boom. Do you smell what the Bell is cooking? Because he laid waste to Apollo Familia, and I loved that rueful, borderline sadistic, but completely and totally happy as all satisfied grin on Hestia's face, just after Apollo's like, I'm going to claim Bell, and I'm going to tell you to get the hell out of not only this city, Aurorio, but you're going to get out of the world. You're going to go back to the heavens above. You're going to be banished. And so when it's Hestia's turn, oh boy, she's like, bye-bye, dickhead. And don't let the door hit you on the way out. And by the way, thanks for the mansion. And that, though, holy shnikes, man, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So that's enough of my yakking and fanboying and bouncing off the walls. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of episode 4, season 2 of DanMachi, if you've seen it as well. If you did find it, you know, anticlimactic at all because you didn't expect it to be over in just one fell swoop in one episode. It would be completely understandable to me if that's how you felt about it. But again, my reaction to it is just awash with orgasms and satisfaction and excitement. But yeah, let me know that in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to consider supporting my channel, please have a look at my PayPal support link posted both in the description as well as the comments below. It affords you opportunities very much akin to Patreon, where you can set up a monthly recurring contribution, a one-time only contribution, or send me a personal message with any contribution you send my way, requesting topics I may discuss in the future, ask for shoutouts, or just about anything else you can think of. And anything you saw fit to send my way would be 2 thumbs up for me in securing my longevity on YouTube for the foreseeable future. And so yeah, until the next one, and we see where the hell the story goes from here, that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.